Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is the State of Joe. I'm Joe Santiago. Now, as the American science fiction author Robert A. Heinlein said in his famous quote, "A dying culture invariably exhibits personal rudeness, bad manners, lack of consideration for others in minor matters. A loss of politeness, of gentle manners, is more significant than is a riot." Now, I like this quote. It shows this is exactly, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world right now. Bad manners are at an all-time high. People are just up to their eyeballs in stress, and they got too many things going on. They can't just relax and enjoy things day by day anymore. There's too much pressure on everybody, and pressure on your job, pressure from your family, pressure from the government. Everywhere you're getting pressurized. Now, this quote is exactly what big societies that have fallen in the past exhibit. This is what happens, the breakdown. You have gradual, you know, corruptness going on. They're trying to subdue the information so you can't get information or information that matters anyway. They dumb you down, and then we start seeing people get frustrated. There's so much hate in the world right now is an all-time high also. A lot of reasons. You could blame the government for this. They've pretty much made this happen, over the last, I'd say, 30, 40 years, all the way to 1950 or whatever. It's been happening since before then. And it's strategic. It's a breakdown of society. And everybody is just at each other's throats now. They have us all wound up over nothing. And we can't concentrate on our own lives and do the things we want that make us happy because, well, A, we're working and we're participating in their economic system in which we work, we give them the money, and then they're supposed to, in theory, do things to help better the society and fix things out on the street, for example, roads, bridges, that kind of thing, putting up stop signs, for example, where they should be, or street lights. It's time to start spending the money where we need to spend the money to stop things from happening, to get ahead of the game. But I don't want to get sidetracked too much, but the point is, I'll be going into all this information in future shows, probably rehashing some stuff here and there as things come up and things that I get in my puny brain that I want to talk about. So anyway, this rudeness factor, the society, and I was talking to a gentleman from Puerto Rico. I have a little bit of Puerto Rican in me. I found out I'm also Irish. I didn't know that. I'm like a third Irish. Apparently, I gotta still do some testing, but it's looking that way. There's some other things that I am too, but this guy is Puerto Rican, from Puerto Rico. And he's telling me that basically this was a few years back, how bad Puerto Rico was getting. Everybody's at each other's throats. They don't hold doors for each other. They don't say please and thank you. They're just very rude. And, this all has to do with our phones. This is the information thing I'm talking about. They're just controlling the flow of information. They're only telling us what they want to tell us. and they're leaving out certain things you have to dig for, and which is fine. You got to do your due diligence if you want to participate in this system, and you have to participate in the system because it's the only system. So, but there's no reason for people to be so rude, and it's getting to a point where it's just like it's getting out of control. There's going to be fights. There's going to be things are going to erupt because people are just irritated. You got the whole political thing coming, you know, coming up in for 2020, the end of 2020, building up to September. There's going to be so many people that are just, you can't, they're just at each other's throats, and it's seeping into all aspects of society. It's absolutely insane, and we need to put a stop to it. We can ignore this behavior that we're seeing, this rudeness, and just everybody thinking that they're better than other people, and it's like out to get them in some way or another. I mean, I don't understand the level of thinking, but now I will say, having said all that, when I was younger, it's a younger mentality. When I was younger, I was more rude. I didn't understand how manners are proper. The proper etiquette is manners. You use manners. You show someone respect. And to this day, if I don't get respect, I will come at you with disrespect also. It's just, I can't help it. I'm working on it, but I think it's human nature. If you're treated with disrespect, you're going to come back with that most of the time. I guess the challenge is to stay calm and relaxed about it. I get that. Ignore the commotion and the rudeness, but there's a point, what doesn't kill us will make us stronger, but there's a point when what makes you stronger will kill you. So we have to stop this. This society is going downhill. People are so rude and just obnoxious, and it's seeping into driving, and driving is becoming a big problem. People are just extremely rude, and I'll talk about that in the future. So thanks for listening. But in the meantime, we got to do the best we can with what we have. And we are just small voices, and, the powers that be with the money and the control and the power, they are the ones pulling the strings. So thank you. Have a good night. Peace.